TikTok does one main thing. It wastes your time.
So Jordan, what's in your sights for this evening?
Today I would like to talk about TikTok and Trump.
There you go. It's a fantastic topic. I'm partial with it. I just started in the last couple of days posting some of the videos that we have done to TikTok.
TikTok is owned by a company called ByteDance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, ByteDance. It's a Chinese company, as everybody knows. There's a video editor that's also owned by this company.
That one? ByteDance?
ByteDance, yeah. The easiest video editor to use in the history of video editing is called CapCut.
Yeah, it's a cookie cutter video editor, essentially.
Now, this cookie cutter video editor can be used by a 9-year-old child on the cell phone. You can do keyframes just by, like, you click the little diamond and then you go to where you want it to zoom in, you zoom in, it automatically makes a keyframe. I mean, it makes sophisticated editing so easy. And actually, it was my son when he was about, I guess, 12 who taught me how to edit videos on CapCut.
Yeah, when it's a cookie cutter type of editor, it makes it just drag and drop, click this, click that, and bang, you get yourself a really nice video. Well, and you did it on your cell phone, right, not on the PC.
Right. Well, CapCut on the PC is a nightmare, but on the cell phone it's really easy because of the touchscreen. I'm
reading the history, so no one's going to know this unless they're really people. Well, no. This is public, but I don't think any of the, or very few of the 170 million users that actually use it know about it. That I didn't even know it was ByteDance until you just said it now. Well, I never really looked into it.
Well, you might not know the name of the company that owns TikTok and CapCut, but you did know that it was owned somehow by China.
China,
that's
right?
How they publicized it.
Well, yeah, but it was really interesting. These are the investors.
Right.
COATUE, General Atlantic, HongShan, KKR, SIG, Softbank, Source Code Capital, and Tiger Global. And then these are the board members. So you have chairman of the board, so I'm assuming he is... See, there's no owner, it's just board members.
We should read those names.
Yeah, so you have Rubo, Liang...
Liang.
Liang,
I think.
Arthur
Dantchik.
William E. Ford. Xavier.
Niel.
And Niel Shen. Why disable TikTok when they already have all the data of everybody? Like, if you really thought this was a problem, you should have thought of this back in 2012 when it went live. Well, or 2016 or whatever it went live. I don't remember when it went live.
Well, I believe TikTok has been a psyop from the beginning. I don't think something like this exists without the United States government saying it's okay. I mean, exactly what you said. It's been around. I mean, we could have stopped it. We didn't. And why? What role does TikTok serve? And I do have an opinion, but it's just my opinion, and we're just two guys talking.
It's destroying the young minds of young adults and children, because that's all they're. I took a snapshot of someone's little Jellybean.
Okay.
She's I think that's her name. She's very, very popular.
An influencer?
Oh, yeah.
How old?
I do not know. But I took a snapshot of her she actually...
She's on OnlyFans?
Yeah, she's on OnlyFans. She actually shared her cell phone on TikTok on how much money she makes. So... And this is how disgusting this is. I mean, we can have an OnlyFans too, but it doesn't have to be about sex. It could be about anything else. But hang on, let me just... So, I'm just going to say it. She makes, in subscriptions alone... Read that number.
Which number?
The top one.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. That's just right on her phone.
Okay, so in dollars, it looks like this woman makes $16 $1,114,064.91. Is this a yearly thing?
I
Or is
don't
this
think
in
so.
total?
I don't know. This shows from February 23rd to January 24.
What would you do with all that money? Like,
Well, she has a couple of houses. She destroys cars on live.
oh, is that part of her thing? Like
I don't
part of-
know. I don't like her. I really don't. Look, that's a total gross. 20 million.
$20,320,857.
It's just OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Now, OnlyFans means she like shows naked pictures, right?
Probably. Yeah, she has a beautiful house. But the thing is that that's crazy. So this girl, she doesn't have to work ever again.
How old is she?
23, 24.
So
If that.
So she's making enough money to like fund governmental programs to help like the homeless and
Oh, she doesn't do that.
drug addiction and things
No.
like that. Like she could help the San Francisco.
But the thing is that subscriptions, 16 million. I mean, that's crazy. Just think. I mean, if every subscription was $5, say, a month. You know how many subscribers she has? Just in OnlyFans alone, if you just make it $5, holy crap!
Now, OnlyFans is a Canadian company, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, but it says U.S. dollars. It doesn't say Canadian dollars. Well, you make that's a valid.
Is she a now? Does she live in the United?
Yeah, she lives in the United States. Yeah.
So I wonder if she pays income. She must pay income tax on that money, right?
Yeah. Her name is Jellybean.
Jellybean.
Yeah, that's her.
Do you have a picture of her?
I can just look her up.
Jellybean.
Yeah, she's really cute.
And did she get her start on TikTok? Is that why you brought her into the discussion? Like, is TikTok the way she advertises her body? Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, let me look
Can
her
I
up.
say that advertises her body? There's nothing wrong with saying that, right? That's
No.
what she does, right? Let me check it out. Are we on TikTok now?
No, this is Instagram.
Instagram.
That's her.
Oh. Now, how old is she?
I'm assuming 23, because that's her boyfriend. This is in her
Okay.
house. And I mean, but I think she's the most wealthiest one out there.
Oh, Jellybean is like
Yeah.
the highest earner? Really?
Yeah. So anyway, let me read the history of ByteDance. ByteDance was founded in 2012 by a team led by. Can you try that?
It looks like Yiming Zhang and Rubio Liang.
Who saw opportunities in the then
Nascent.
mobile internet market
Yeah.
and aspired to build platforms that could enrich people's lives.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, that's a way of spinning it. In other words, you know.
Yeah, but there was an Instagram, and then there's YouTube Shorts, and there's whatchamacallit, there's so many platforms that do the same thing.
Which is the way the world works. I mean, you know, you have a good pizza place on the corner, and, you know, a year from now, what's going to happen on the corner right across the street? What are you going to get?
Well, maybe we should have Brian Larkin make another
Social media platform.
another social media platform. Well,
Now,
that's
you
interesting.
knew that TikTok was owned by a Chinese
Yes,
company.
I knew that, but I
Right.
didn't know it was this. This is detailed.
And did you know that the CapCut editor
Yes,
was
I
owned by the same people?
only because what you told me. I was not aware of that either.
So here's one of the things that, you know, bothered me a little bit about it. I gave the CapCut editor permission to see my photos.
Oh,
Because how else am I going to edit my photos?
right. So now it spied all your data, all your
So-
photos. So it's like a Google. It's like a Google Lens.
Now let me roll this. Now, I'm sure the viewers know this, but when you get something for free on the internet, like Facebook, and you get something for free, you know you're the product, right?
Yep.
Your data is being harvested, sharing your data with the company, Meta in this case, the Zuckerberg oligarch. So you made a good point, Joe. I mean, a really good point. And that really good point is, if this was a real threat to the United States, it would
Yeah.
have been dealt with earlier.
Yeah, much earlier.
So I believe this is part of the plan of the United States. I believe it's a PSYOP, a psychological operation, and it's targeted on our children. And I have my own theory as to what it's doing. And I believe the United States is in it just as much as we were. You know, the United States contributed money to the Wuhan Institute of Virology to do gain of function research during the pandemic.
Yeah, but this device, the children, so much screen time. They're focused on this and making money and constantly posting videos. I do all my TikTok stuff on the PC. I don't even do it on here.
All right,
I log in.
Let me tell you something about this. This is a tool.
Right, exactly.
This is a tool. Any tool can be used for good, it can be neutral, or it could be used for evil.
Right.
So this is a tool. Now, I wrote a sabbatical application on iPhone 4S.
Oh my God.
Using dictation. And then I
That's awesome.
copied and pasted it into Word and I edited it. So this is a tool. I use this to write papers, I use this to interact with students, I use this for all sorts of things as a tool. Now here's the thing. Young people are better at using this than we are. So if they had the time, and listen to this carefully, if our culture got behind them to do this, they could use this for political change.
Right. Well, that's the reason why Trump brought it back.
But listen really carefully. What does TikTok do? TikTok does one main thing. It wastes your time. If you're a young person, it wastes your time. Because if you're a young person, you're doing this.
Yeah, right. You're on your phone, staring, getting screen time, and not doing anything productive yourself. You're focused on this goddamn thing.
But this tool could change the world. We could change the political structure to be better. So I believe the psychological operation was to say, oh my God, we have a young generation with amazing ideas and creativity. They could destabilize the status quo. The oligarchs, they could be destroyed by the young people. What we need to do is infect their minds with a virus that's going to waste their time. But it's not a real virus, it's a piece of technology. So this tool, which has the capacity to do so much good in our world, in the hands of young people, we allowed this TikTok to waste their time. That's what TikTok does. It wastes time.
And while it wastes your time, it's making money to the other people who are actually creating the content. So it's kind of a catch-22. Your time is wasted, but it's making money because of all the advertisements.
Now I've heard, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that Chinese TikTok is different than American TikTok.
Yes. So actually, people, when TikTok went down, people were using VPNs and connecting to the China TikTok.
Oh, but they probably didn't like it because Chinese TikTok, from what I understand, has educational value. There are actual videos.
No way.
Yes, way. The American culture, the American culture of our founding fathers when our country was established, that culture respected intelligence and respected morality.
Everything is different in the United States.
Respected learning. The founding fathers of the United States of America were scholars.
That's a shame. So our food is different than here. The way we conduct business is different here. It just seems like everybody is entitled, and nowhere else they're entitled. And this tool,
this beautiful tool that can be used for education, for good, this beautiful tool has been hijacked by ByteDance to waste the time of our young people.
It's also Instagram. It's also YouTube. They're all guilty of the same scenario. You can get stuck in a video loop of watching. You watch one video and then you swipe and you keep going. You could just waste 5 hours just watching stupid shorts.
However, YouTube, which has tremendous censorship, by the way, but YouTube has long-form content. You could watch Jordan Peterson on YouTube discuss modern psychology, but on TikTok, I believe it's 90 seconds is the maximum for video. Maybe it's 2 minutes now.
Actually, it's I was able to. No, it's more than that because a couple of videos I made were like 3 or 4 minutes long.
And you got it on?
Yeah, it's a 500 meg limit. It doesn't matter how many minutes it is.
Oh, so it's not the time?
Not the time. It's the size.
It's the size.
So I'm converting all of our videos to 720p actually, and it's getting to be like 180 meg, and that's like 15 minutes or whatever. So it's working. And I've been pushing them up there.
So here's the thing. So a lot of people in our government who I respect, like Rand Paul, for example, right? I respect Rand Paul a lot. He's one of my favorite people. Rand Paul is against the TikTok ban because he feels it's part of the First Amendment of free speech. But I'm going to disagree with this. You know why?
But China doesn't. A Chinese company is not going to follow our constitution.
Exactly. So, a private company is not bound by the First Amendment of free speech. That's what they all said, right? When YouTube was shadow banning people in the pandemic for speaking out against various things and deplatforming people for speaking out against various things, their defense was always, we are a private company. We can make our algorithms however we want. So if the United States government wanted to ban TikTok, I don't feel free speech is the defense against that because they're a private company. They don't have to allow free speech. They can have the algorithm push certain things.
Just because it's in China? Based in China? Or?
No.
Oh.
YouTube is not based in China. You think Google would? Google doesn't. Google didn't allow people to speak their truth about, let's say, for example, vaccine injuries. Like if you were vaccine injured, or if you had questions about the mask, you weren't given an opportunity to speak on YouTube. You were shadow banned, and the algorithm squashed you. If you went against the World Health Organization, which I think Trump calls the World China
Organization, yeah.
But I think that's a steaming pile of bullshit also, because China, in my opinion, is a fake enemy, not a real enemy.
Yeah, same thing with Russia.
Here's the proof. Here's why I think China is a fake enemy. We gave money to the Wuhan Institute of Virology to do gain-of-function research during the pandemic.
I think
we were working with China.
Yeah, I think we're working with all the entities. I don't think it's just Wuhan, China, or just China in general. I think there has to be a yin and a yang. All right, there's got to be happy times and there's got to be sad times. There's got to be mourning. There's got to be excitement. If all the countries were in unison, then there wouldn't be any need for growth. Right? So there are fake entities in place providing that Russia is in war with Ukraine, which could most likely be happening, but in other words, it has to happen because it's part of the playlist or the script that they're following, because they have to create conflict. So there's negative things happening here, negative things happening there. Money is coming from the United States and going over there. So it has to, it's called an economic circle. It has to happen. It's not like it's an avoidable thing. And when Trump says it never happened when I was in office, maybe that's why it happened when Biden was in office, because he interrupted what was supposed to happen.
Well, there was a lot. Donald J. Trump, business genius, definitely. Medical, no. He doesn't know anything about medicine or science.
Right.
So I think in his first term, I think the establishment played him like a fiddle. But I think this term,
He's not going to let that happen.
Nope.
He started ahead of time.
he has RFK Jr.
Right.
He has Jay Bhattacharya.
He is awesome.
Now, Donald J. Trump, he might not be a medical genius, although he never said inject bleach into you. His question
that was miss.
he never said that. His question was, is there something, he said something like, I know that when you clean a surface, you use bleach. Is there a similar idea that can be harnessed in the body? He never said inject bleach into the body.
Yeah.
He was reasoning by what's called analogy. He was saying, is there some kind of similar thing, like an antibiotic, for example? Is there some kind of similar antiviral method? And they just took his language so out of context,
way out
and
of
misquoted them, and now you have
that's what media does. The media does fake news, and we coined the phrase fake news because of him.
He
Trump
coined it.
Yes, Trump coined it. Yes,
Fake news.
which is absolutely perfect because I never really thought of that until he brought it up, saying that this is what's happening. What I believe what's also happening is that I think Trump is not privy to the corrupted politicians of what the script is supposed to be. So he interrupted it during his 4 years from 2016 to 2020 and put a kind of a pause on things that's supposed to happen. And then it restarted in 2020. So when Biden took office, and really Biden wasn't really doing anything, I really strongly believe that Obama was still running it.
Well, I don't believe Obama was, in as much as Biden was a puppet. Yes, Obama is super smart, and
I don't think Obama. Oh yeah, he's very intelligent.
Super smart, but you know that there were higher powers controlling him also.
Right.
When it comes to being able to reason and think on your feet and speak beautifully, Obama he's incredible. I would listen to his speeches and I would be enthralled. I didn't think it was a good idea to give Iran all that money, though.
No, and they dropped it from a plane. It was cash. The money comes out of the plane where the parachute pulls it out and then it sits on the runway, and then they keep going.
So, are the young people who are trying to figure out how this world? Well, here's the thing.
It doesn't really matter. Everything that's in motion stays in motion, and it's staying in motion. There's nothing we can do about it. We just have to follow the wave and continuous, and that's why we do what we do. We're just trying to get in on that wave, and there's nothing we could do to stop it. There's nothing that we can do to try to get ahead. If something clicks and the things that we talk about is liked, then we're liked. I'm trying to push us on TikTok now, just two guys talking, and among other things. I'm actually getting more views on TikTok than I actually do on YouTube. So it's actually, depending on what it is. So TikTok may be the platform for us. So TikTok communicates. So if we had the opportunity to put a sniffer out there, like Wireshark.
Like a packet sniffer?
Packet sniffer. Wireshark is a packet sniffer. And we only had one device on our wireless network, and it was that phone, or a phone. And we ran a PC that was on the hardwire portion of it, and we just ran Wireshark, and we could actually communicate and find out what servers or where it's actually going. Then at that point, we could actually disable it. I can disable TikTok from getting anywhere from here on my own router. You just deny the DNS entry, or make a fake entry of the DNS server and point it to a fake location, and bang, it's done.
So, like, if you had young children and you didn't want them going to OnlyFans to search Jellybean, that's the name of her again, Jellybean.
Yeah, Jellybean. Yeah. Jellybean. You could just type in as the pointer, go to 127.0.0.1, and it'll just go into an endless loop of going to itself. And that's how you kill it. All right, guys, we're finished.
And with that, Our episode comes to a close. We're
20
just two guys
Talking.
talking.
I was waiting for you.
Yeah, you saw that. We were waiting for each other.